I've been driving all over the place. 95% probably of my landscape photography images are shot within an hour of sunrise or sunset. When something's not working, it's best to try something else. Might actually look really nice. The dark, overcast skies have completely cleared. I decided to just give up on that and try something different. Good afternoon. This afternoon you're joining me on my local mountain, which is Cabezón del Oro. And for the last 4 days I've been doing a whole load of location scouting. I've checked out I think 15 different locations, some of which will make it into future videos, some of which won't because they turned out not to be any good, and one of which has already been in a video. So if you've seen my video of the dawn shoot at the lighthouse at Santa Pola, then that was one of the new locations that I've scouted out in the last 4 days. And I actually decided to go straight back there and shoot it because the weather forecast was looking good for the next morning. What that means is I've spent an awful lot of time driving. I've been driving all over the place. And today I really just wanted to get out somewhere local, only 20 minutes in the car, and then just have a hike in the mountains and just enjoy being outside, enjoy having some fresh air, and if I'm lucky, maybe get an image. I can't stay here late today. I can't hang around until sunset, and that means that I'm looking for something a bit different to what I normally do. 95% probably of my landscape photography images are shot within an hour of sunrise or sunset. And at the moment it's mid-afternoon, it's 3:15, so best case I'm going to be shooting an image somewhere around 4:30, which is nearly 3 hours before sunset. So we're not going to get great light, we're not going to have colourful skies, and in fact the skies today are pretty dull and boring. We've got a little bit of sun breaking through some cloud, but they're not looking very interesting. So I'm looking to do something different. And the reason I've come to Cabezón del Oro is probably not to photograph the mountain, but rather to try and see if I can get a shot in the woodland. Now, photographing woodland here is a bit of a challenge. First of all, we don't have the diversity of trees that you would get say in England. They're nearly all these pine trees. They're not particularly attractive. We don't get nice colourful leaves. We don't have moss growing on the trees. We're certainly not going to get mist and fog in here. And just to add to that, there are still, as I've noticed just recently, some processional caterpillar nests in these trees. Now those things are nasty, and I certainly don't want to brush up against one of them because the poison in the hairs on the caterpillars is going to be pretty unpleasant. So I'm having to be very careful as I'm exploring around the trees as well. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get today, but I'm going to carry on hiking. As I said, I've probably got about an hour that I can still explore and look for shots, and hopefully I'll find something in that time. It's a case of keeping my eyes peeled and see what I can find. I can't find anything in the woodland. I've been having a good search around, but I'm just not finding anything that's really appealing to me. So when something's not working, it's best to try something else. So I've come out of the woodland up onto one of the hills, which are part of the foothills of the mountain range, and I'm looking for some compositions, looking across at the mountain with all the trees and the rocky ridges. There's potentially some detail shots to be done there. Now when the conditions are like this, I tend not to shoot wide angle anyway because we're just not getting the light for it. So I'm going to pull out the long lens, the 70-200, set up and see if I can find a composition or two that might work here. We'll see. And I found a shot that I think is a bit different, a bit interesting. Basically what I've got is a ridge line running up one side of the mountain, and then there's a load of trees that run up on top of that ridge line, sort of between that ridge and the back of the mountain, and it just makes for something a little bit different. So I've got the 70-200 lens on at 200 millimeters all the way. I'm shooting at f11, 2-second timer. Yeah, I mean it's interesting with the textures of the rock, the green of the trees. Yeah, it's a little bit different. There's also another shot that I'm thinking of trying here as well, so I'm going to set up and do that now. Shooting at about 80 millimeters, 75, 80 millimeters. Portrait orientation, and it's basically just a portrait shot of this kind of mountain range in front of me. There's trees in the foreground, then a ridge, then more trees, then the mountains, the rocks of the mountain, and then a little bit of cloud and blue sky. f11, 60th of a second. It actually doesn't look bad. It's not a portfolio shot, but it doesn't look bad. So as I took that shot, it occurred to me that I'm missing a big chunk of the mountain over there, and I just started to think that maybe a very small pano, maybe only 3 or 4 frames, just to fit a bit more in, might actually look really nice. So I've leveled the tripod. I'm going to now check that the camera's level. I'm going to back the focal length off to 70mm just to give myself a little bit more room. Okay, so I'm going to take some shots now and we'll see what that comes out like. Wow, completely different conditions to when I came out. The dark, overcast skies have completely cleared, and in fact, I think probably almost all of the cloud will probably be gone in the next half an hour, 45 minutes. But by that time, I'll be off the mountain and gone. As I said, I've got a bit of a time limit today, and I need to be heading back to the car now. It's good to come out with a plan, but it's also a good thing to know when to change the plan. I came out planning to get some shots in the woodland, and that just wasn't working for me. I couldn't find the compositions, and I decided to just give up on that and try something different. Now, I might not have got anything by doing that, but hopefully I might have got a couple of different images from that change of plans. So I've got to get back to the car now and head for home, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have and you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the little alarm bell so you get notified when a new video comes out. Likes, shares and comments are both appreciated and very, very helpful to me in terms of promoting this channel. So if you want to do that, that would be great. And I'll just say thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, bye.